to live. Do not throw away your life in anguish for meaningless fuel siphoning. Be advised. When a tanker bearing fuel falls or an underground pipe bearing fuel bursts, what do? Scooping fuel in your bucket or running far away from impending fire? You have a few seconds to take the wisest decision. Walk away? No, that is not enough. Shift? No, that is not enough. Stay there and gist and take shots with your phone? That is madness.
Dream, right? No, it's reality. Let Supercap get you transported to anywhere you want to go in Jalingo, and let them also run your errands for you while you sit at the comfort of your home. And guess what? It is affordable, reliable and fast. They run a 24-hour service. You can click the link attached to this video to download the app, or you can also download the app on Play Store. I'm so excited for this, and I know you are too. Use Supercap today and be happy. Bye.
See you there. Are you ready? Join us for the Achievers Coaching Academic Summit 2025.
Themed Harnessing Nature's Gift for Economic Growth in Taraba State. Date 15th February 2025. Venue The Significance Place Chapel,
Adjacent State Secretariat, former mobile links, Abuja Phase 1, Jalingo, Taraba.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome to Sport Daily on Sun TV, where we bring you sport news, sport analysis, and predictions on different sports around the globe. I'm your host, Emmanuel Wakili, popularly known as Buje, and by my right, I have
Shaku Saidio
and also on my left is
Kwachabe Emmanuel Danasebe.
These are two renowned sport analysts, and we'll dive straight into football exclusively today. Let's start with the matches that was played yesterday. The Champions League, which is the biggest football league in the world. Club league, when we are talking about club-wise, we know the Champions League, the European Champions League is the biggest football competition in the world in club football. And yesterday we saw the clash of the round after the league phase before the round of 16. Those that are to qualify and meet the 8 teams that have already promoted to the round of 16. And let's quickly start with the biggest match of yesterday, which is Manchester City against Real Madrid. The match started with Man City taking the lead with 1 goal before Real Madrid eventually equalizing, and then Man City back with the lead again. But at the end of the game, they bottled that lead as Real Madrid a complete comeback to win the match 3-2. Was there any surprises? Were you expecting Man City to win the game? Was the goal line of any surprises to you? Was the goal line difference any surprise?
No. I would say Guardiola was the cause of the loss in that match, because if you see currently now, Guardiola is not in the right sense of mind. He makes silly decisions. He makes unrealizable decisions. You can't rely on someone like Kovacic. You are playing the likes of Madrid that have sharp strikers, the likes of Mbappe, the likes of Vinicius, the likes of Rodrigo in their striking line, and you saw Nathan Ake to bring in Kovacic that was sluggish, was lazy, and at the end he was the one that caused them the loss by giving that silly mistake. I didn't mean Rodri was there. Rodri would have not make that silly pass, Rodri will have what controlled that ball. So Guardiola should be faulted for the loss. Should be faulted for making that silly decision substitution. So that was why Man City lost the game. It's not that Madrid were they dominated the game. No, Man City dominated the game from the beginning to the end. So it's just that silly decision that he took, and that was why Man City keep on losing matches, game in, game out. It's because of that silly Kovacic. Okay, now does that mean that Kovacic will not cover up for the space created by Rodri? So anytime Kovacic is introduced to the game, Kovacic make those kind of silly mistakes and he do cost them the match. It is not something shocking. Man City have added advantage over Madrid from the play yesterday. If you see, they dominated the game. They played very well. It's just that they introduced people that don't know what they are doing. That was the cause of the match. The substitution. Removing Nathan Ake and putting in Kovacic was a very big mistake for Guardiola. And I can say Guardiola is not in the right sense of mind currently now. And if Man City want to do to be in that pace and to be in that competitive stage, I think it is now high time that they should either give him a break so that his assistant could take over for some period of time, because he's not in his right senses. His issues have contributed to his mental decision making.
Are you talking about the
the divorce issue? It's unlike Guardiola. Just check his lineups, check his substitution and everything. You will know that definitely this man is going through a lot. So I think the best thing to do, the best decision, the Manchester City management should either give him some few moments of time to go back and refresh himself, and then come back and continue with the job. But currently now, Pep Guardiola is not giving the best in terms of decision making.
Well, this is a renowned coach who is arguably one of the best coaches in the world currently. Do you actually agree with what he's saying, that it is the loss of Man City yesterday to Madrid is actually a result of Guardiola's bad decision making? And then don't you think Real Madrid already should have won that game? Nevertheless, whatever substitution or whatever lineup Guardiola made, because currently Man City is in a bad shape, and Real Madrid has been playing well, though they struggle to get to this position in the Champions League. So, what do you have to say about this?
What I have to say about it, from the beginning of the match, Man City dominated. But Real Madrid have watched their match several times. They normally win match without considering the position. And I can also say yes that Pep Guardiola made a mistake by stopping Ake. Ake, he stopped De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne is one of the strong player that know how to give an assist. But immediately he stopped De Bruyne. That was the minutes that they had another goal. So Guardiola is one of the causes that make Man City lose against Real Madrid, leading Bellingham leading Madrid to victory. That's what I can say about it. Guardiola is one of the mistakes he did by stopping Ake and leaving the midfield open, where the Real Madrid lead to win.
So you also agree that Pep Guardiola should be given a break?
He should be given a break as far, because the Man City dominated position from beginning to the end. But Real Madrid, sometimes I can say it's not all about position. They normally win their match when time has finished. They normally win their match.
At the time,
they normally win their match. So anything about Real Madrid concerning match until until 90 minutes before you consider, because something can happen for Real Madrid. So I can also blame only Pep Guardiola. Sometimes it's based on the way Real Madrid are playing their pattern of football. Ancelotti know how to use his players when it is almost the time to finish. So I can blame Guardiola. Something could have not happened if he did not stop Ake and Kevin De Bruyne. Yes, but attached to it, something has happened, and we all blame Pep Guardiola for stopping the Ake and De Bruyne because it has led a goal by Real Madrid. Real Madrid has led 3-2. The last goal by Jude Bellingham, assist by
just at the end of the match.
At the end of the match, 90 minutes plus 3.
Yeah, and I think yesterday was not the only time where we can see the substitutions of Pep Guardiola costing the match. I can remember about 2 seasons ago, a clash between the same Man City and Real Madrid. You know, these are the two powers of the heavyweight of the club football currently. And then even at that point, these two were the two heavyweight of the club football. And then Man City were leading the match. They won their match actually at home, and going to Real Madrid home, they were leading the match. But then towards the end of the match, Guardiola made some substitutions. Maybe he was feeling he has already won the match. I can remember he took off Kevin De Bruyne and some prominent players. Then just at that 9 minute, Real Madrid scored about 3 goals. So I think that decision making in substitution has been costing Pep Guardiola his matches, and yesterday was not the first time.
Yeah, that's why we focus on the sub he did because it has brought him a lose against Real Madrid because of the sub. Immediately he subbed Kevin De Bruyne. Immediately Real Madrid added another goal.
Yeah, and then the mistake of Kovacic with the passing he made at the end of the match led to the last goal. And then what do you expect of the second leg of this clash?
And already Madrid have advantage over Manchester City. And currently the way Manchester City are playing, I don't see them coming back to win that game, because you can't rely on people like Kovacic to be people that will win the match for you.
But the Kovacic are the same people that won the Champions League in Chelsea.
No, this is it. When Kovacic was playing in Chelsea, Kovacic was not the key man in that midfield. You see people like Kante are the key midfielders in the midfield. Are the key midfielders in that team. And Kovacic is just like an added advantage to them. He just come in as a sub. He's not a regular starter by that time. And currently now, he has already outplayed. He have already give his all to his previous clubs, and he's not giving his best now to the current Manchester City team. Okay, now does that mean that without Rodri, Kovacic cannot be able to fill in that gap with his capacity, with his mentality, with the calibers of players he has played with? This is someone that plays with the likes of Modric, with the likes of Toni Kroos, with the likes of Casemiro, and he played with the likes of Kante in Chelsea.
Yeah, I think it will be difficult for him to play and attain that height in that role, because Rodri is actually a defending midfielder.
Yes, and no, it's not about.
Kovacic doesn't play more of defense.
It's not about more of defense. It's not about more of defense or more of. Look at the silly mistake he's causing. Out of that minute, I didn't mean it was a wise midfielder in that position, that Kovacic's position. The best thing is for him to control that team there. It was for him to control the ball, so that maybe Madrid player will foul him. Then the ref will just blow, and that is end. The match will just come to an end. But he decided to give that silly pass. You know that already your player is closer to you. There's no way you can give that level of pass to him that he'll be able to control. And he was marked by someone like Vinicius that have the larger pace, and the person you are giving the passing to is someone that does not have that much experience. Luco Ruiz, you are giving to Rico Luis that kind of ball, and he was attacked by Vinicius. There is no way Luco Ruiz can do anything in that particular moment. I expect Kovacic to control that ball. That is, you are not in the pressure. Nobody is forcing you. Nobody is pushing you. You are not on attack. You are not in the 18 position yard, in the 18-yard side that will make you to make that kind of silly decision. You are in the center field. Control the ball. When you control the ball, maybe this Madrid player will just foul you and the ref will blow, and that is all. Already it's 90+3. They are just waiting for the game to just go out for them to just blow the final whistle. Then he committed that silly mistake. It is not that match of yesterday. The previous matches, that is how he's been doing. Anytime they introduce more Kovacic to the game, he do make up those kind of silly and mistakes in the game, and that was why they had to let go of this guy Walker, because that was the same thing Walker was doing. He was making the costly mistake. At the 9 minutes, you will see him. He will just give one silly mistake, and that is all. Even against Manchester United, that was how Walker made that mistake. So now I think Manchester City should look at relieving the likes of Kovacic, the likes of De Bruyne. Also, even as De Bruyne is playing very well, but I have seen De Bruyne have already attained that stage that he cannot play anything for the club again.
Because from yesterday's match, his
impact was not. Stopping De Bruyne, that one I don't have any issue with it. Stopping De Bruyne was nice because his impact was less. He doesn't attack the ball. He doesn't give that killer pass that he normally do. He doesn't mark. So stopping him was a nice decision. Bringing Mashmoron, or what is that his name? Mamouche was a nice decision. But you cannot stop someone like Ake that is a defender. Mike giving his best, defending very well. Look at the first leg. Look at the first half. They defended very well.
Yes.
Then you stop Ake and bring in Kovacic. That was a silly decision made by Guardiola.
So, what will be your prediction on the second leg of this clash?
My view of prediction in the second match, I think the last match has given us a lesson, has given Pep Guardiola a lesson to take note of stopping Ake by bringing Kovacic, because you may not escape from the same mistake. So the only thing I can say, that's the only thing, apart from this, the same what happened yesterday can still happen again.
Yeah. And I remember the match I was talking about that led Guardiola to lose his place in the Champions League about 2 seasons ago. After that mistake of the bad substitution he did, I can remember the following season where they scored Real Madrid 4-0 at home at the Etihad Stadium.
Yes.
You know, throughout that match, 90 minutes, Guardiola didn't make any substitution.
Yes, now.
You see, because of the substitution, he did not make, he won Real Madrid.
Yes.
And that's to tell him that stopping some players are not necessary. If you remember last Champions League semi-final, Real Madrid knocked out Man City in a penalty shootout, all because of the stop he did earlier. So the other one that Man City beat Real Madrid 4-0 because there was no any stop. That means his mistake normally come from the substitution. Yes. And De Bruyne, sometimes for me, why I said something De Bruyne is not the best way to make him win the match, because De Bruyne is an experienced player that when being him in the pitch, sometimes it gives some other player fears. There's some other assists he gives that some other player cannot give.
Yes.
So there is not necessary to stop De Bruyne instead of stopping Ake by bringing Kovacic in. De Bruyne cover midfield. He stopped De Bruyne, immediately stopped De Bruyne in the midfield. The midfield was open. And if Ake was not stopped, where Vinicius Junior took that ball that led to a goal, if it was Ake, that ball, he would fall Vinicius immediately there. Yes, let it be fouled, because in an extra time, which is only a minute 2 or 1.5 seconds, one and some seconds. Yes. So I think that's the only issue. And next match, if you attempt to stop this type of players, bringing some other player like this, more especially De Bruyne and Ake, he may not escape from all these type of challenges.
All right.
Yeah.
Now let's look at another match between PSG and Brest. PSG thrived 3-0 from away. Actually, they are playing away. Brest is at home, but then they scored Brest 3-0. Though before this clash, I think we made our predictions that this was going to be
we made the prediction
for PSG,
because
we saw the clash even in League One before this match.
We saw the clash, and I told you that PSG are a team that normally win comfortably. So I predicted it right, giving PSG straight winning, and Juventus also. Juventus winning, PSV, we predicted. The only game was that Manchester City Real Madrid match where we said it will be a clash, and it was actually a clash. It's just the silly mistake committed by Guardiola, which I think is not in the right senses of mind currently now. So I think that was what gave Manchester City the edge. But you can see Madrid, not that Madrid played one kind classy football that they do play.
Yes.
Not that Manchester City they played better yesterday than Madrid.
Yeah, Man City actually played better. They had
so if Guardiola can maintain that his first half lineup,
yes,
against Madrid, he can turn things around. But if he does make some silly mistake that he makes currently, I don't see him coming back. So maybe he should try again next season.
So talking about PSG, what do you think of their performance yesterday and the score line, the goal difference, 3-0? Do you think PSG will give other teams problem in this Champions League?
No, PSG are not a serious team once you come to Champions League. So I do not see them. Normally, it's a normal thing for PSG to win the likes of Bright, the likes of this kind of calibers of players. And currently now, let me just give them their flowers. Their key man Dembele is in his form, and you can see the team is performing very well. So, but PSG, I don't see PSG going anywhere far, because if they should meet the likes of Madrid, the likes of Barcelona, the likes of Liverpool, the likes of Inter Milan, that are serious, that are Champions League playing team, they can't prove any point. You see them fumbling and you see them losing. So I do not see PSG. PSG is just playing the same game as Arsenal. So they are not serious team. Yeah, they are not serious team in Champions League. So they will just play their domestic pattern. Yes, they will just play. They don't have that Champions League mentality, winning spirit. So that is where I see them. They can walk past Bright. They can pass Bright, which they have the advantage, 3 goals advantage. So, but in the round of 16, you'll be meeting teams like Liverpool, teams like Barcelona, teams like Atletico Madrid, teams that have Champions League. Arsenal can win. Arsenal will win PSG because PSG are not serious.
They are not serious in the league phase.
Yes, now they are not a serious team. So Arsenal can win them so comfortably, for that matter. So they are not.
Do you actually agree with that PSG is one of the teams that can win the Champions League, and also Arsenal?
Actually, I don't agree. I think PSG is a strong team so far. Yes, and PSG can win Arsenal. Arsenal fumble a lot. Arsenal know how to play football, but to some extent, to some stage, Arsenal does not play anything. Arsenal will just. We are watching Premier League. We are seeing champion what they are doing. They are not going anywhere, but they can go. In fact, Arsenal will go to top 1 in Premier League, and at the end of any, they will go to either top 3 or top 4. The last Premier League, 2 Premier League back, they were top 1. Only one match, if they won, Man City won, still the Arsenal will be the winner. But because of that only loss and Man City win, Arsenal stepped down.
Yes, I think that match was between Arsenal and Aston Villa.
But the point, they're clashing the point with Man City.
Yes.
If Arsenal win, Man City lost, Arsenal will go to the.
Even if Man City won and Arsenal won, Arsenal will still have won the league. But then they lost that match. Which cost them the league.
Yes. So actually, and about PSG. PSG can perform, but last season though they are not doing well, but this season I actually guaranteed them they want to do something. So they can play some other club, but when they have a clash with Real Madrid, I think from there I can't conclude them. Yeah.
So you mean when they meet the likes of Real Madrid?
Yes.
Okay, so you think Real Madrid is the only team that can give PSG problems?
Real Madrid can give PSG problems.
What about teams like Barcelona?
I think like Barcelona, Liverpool, and Bayern. Yes. I think they can't give Paris that much problem. But
as much as Real Madrid,
as much as Real Madrid, yes. Real Madrid play what they call football. They go if it's in time of counter. Normally they score with counter. Mbappe, Vinicius, Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo.
Yes.
Most especially Mbappe is just like Mbappe is quite different from other players. So at least when PSG is playing Real Madrid, I don't conclude Paris, but I can guarantee Real Madrid will win PSG. Yeah, I watch their football.
All right. Let's dive into today's matches. We have clashes. Like in the likes of, we have Club Brugge facing Atalanta, we have Monaco against Benfica, we have Celtic against Bayern Munich, and Feyenoord will face off AC Milan later today. Let's look at Club Brugge and Atalanta. What do you think will be the result of this clash?
So these are two teams, these are two average teams that always make appearance in the Champions League. So they will give their same tough time. So to predict that game, I see them drawing that game. Drawing that game, because Club Brugge, year in, year out, you see them making appearance. They have that Champions League
but they don't make a strong impact in the Champions League.
Yes, they don't make strong impact in the Champions League, just like Atlanta.
But I think this season is different for Atalanta, because from what Atalanta did last season,
they played
the likes of
they played Europa.
Yes, they played, and Europa. They met the likes of Liverpool in that Europa.
Can same Atlanta now? Let me just let me add something. Atlanta are an average team. You know, one thing in Champions League is that Champions League has one mentality. That was why Madrid were able to win the match yesterday. They had that kind of mentality that, okay, now once you are able to make a silly mistake, the teams that has that experience of playing the league will capitalize on it, and that is it. You are gone. So between Club Brugge and Atlanta, Club Brugge have that Champions League mentality more than Atlanta. Atlanta just appeared maybe once in every blue moon. It's just that last season they were able to win that Europa, and they found themselves in the Champions League. So they are two average teams that are playing very well in their respective domestic league. So I see them giving themselves a tough time in that match. So I see the match ending in a draw. But if the likes of Atlanta players like Ademola Lookman will feature in the game, so they will have an advantage over Club Brugge. But if the likes of those players that are injured cannot be, so I see them drawing that match.
All right, Chelsea. What do you think about Monaco and Benfica?
Monaco and Benfica, from the look of things, both teams are strong, and I can say Monaco is more stronger than Benfica, and Monaco can win Benfica.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then we have another clash between Celtic and Bayern Munich. You know, these are teams like Bayern Munich. You expect that these teams will be the ones to qualify straight into the round of 16. They should end up at the top 8 of the Champions League league phase. But then we find them here on the knockout playoffs to get to qualify into the round of 16. Do you think what caused them to end up in this position will also cause them in this clash?
Bayern Munich and Celtic. Actually, Bayern Munich will win Celtic straightforward, and Bayern Munich will come to even to the semi-final. But from the semi-final, that may be the problem. But clash from round of 16. Are
you saying regardless of who Bayern Munich meet in the round of 16?
Because the quality players
and the quarterfinals.
And the quarterfinals, yes.
It doesn't matter who they meet in the round of 16 and the quarterfinals.
Yes.
So even if they meet the likes of Real Madrid, they will beat them in the round of 16.
Even though they not beat, but if they go on penalty shootouts, maybe from there,
Bayern Munich
will win Real Madrid.
Okay, that's it. Talking about AC Milan, they're actually in a kind of form, should I say, up and down form, because they are not really consistent.
Yeah,
but they are playing well actually. Yes. And they've made some moves in this transfer window. So do you think the outcome of those transfers they've made will be positive in their run in the Champions League?
No, normally AC Milan have an adage to fear not. That one, no doubt about it. They have an adage to fear not. And if you see there are teams that have that Champions League mentality spirit in them, and they have been appearing in the league, and they have added advantage over Feyenoord with the calibers of players they have in the team. So I see them winning Feyenoord comfortably.
All right. Well, with all said and all predictions made, so our viewers, you can go ahead and make your own predictions on our comment section, and then there will be a gift. Actually, your prediction should be of the correct score you think will come at the end of those Champions League clashes today. And we've also come to the end of Sports Daily today. This is where we draw the curtain, and you can join us every day by 11 o'clock a.m. on Some TV. Thanks for watching.